This time I got a Kenwood stereo integrated amplifier. An old vintage one. Now I know you guys are thinking, no, it's going to be one of those good Kenwoods. No, it's not. This is an integrated amp, and integrated as in it uses integrated circuit power modules, or IPMs, for the outputs. It's not discrete. Even though it looks cool, it's a dual power supply, monoblock design, it's still an IC amp. This time I've got a Kenwood KA9100. This one here is turned on. I've got it hooked up, and if I turn up the volume, I see the meter is deflecting on one channel, but I don't hear any sound coming out of the speakers, and there are speakers that are connected to it right now. I should hear volume, but I hear nothing. So this unit certainly has a problem. The model does have a switch on the back for normal and separate, for when you're running a separate preamp. It does have a plastic cover over it so that you can't inadvertently switch it without removing this cover. I'm just going to do this, remove the cover, switch it back and forth a few times just to make sure that it's not a switch problem that's affecting the other channel. I'm only seeing deflection on one. I'm not getting any sound, but I'm only seeing deflection on one. So I just want to make sure that the reason I'm not seeing deflection on the meter on the other is because of a switch being bad, which it's not. So I can put that cover back on. When I power it on, you'll hear the relay click. There. So there should be sound, but there's not. I'm going to try some headphones and see whether there's any output from the headphone output. I've got headphones plugged in now. I'll bring my headphones up to the camera. And we have one channel working. So the one channel is working, but there's nothing to the speakers. First I'll pull the top. This one has a top cover and a front cover that comes off. So we'll pull these screws first. I'm curious as to why I'm not getting any sound out the speaker terminals. Unless there's a speaker fuse back here somewhere. Nothing on the back, but it could have a speaker fuse internal. And I believe that those might be speaker fuses right there. That's wonderful. It's this is an IC output amplifier. See them down there? No discrete outputs on this. Just IPM, integrated power module. My favorite. Alright, let's check those fuses and see whether we have a popped fuse. Maybe there's a blown speaker fuse. That might explain why there's no sound. I don't know if these are speaker fuses or not. We're going to find out pretty quick. Nope. They're not. They're power supply fuses and they're not blown, but there's a few more down here. We'll just check these other fuses down here too as well while we're at it. Make sure none of them are blown. They're good. I do have continuity through my speakers, as you can hear. And if I disconnect the speakers, there is no continuity. So speakers are connected, yet I have no sound, but I have sound on the headphones. Wonder what the problem is. Let's check the usual suspects like switches and stuff to see whether there's any problem. I do have sound on the right channel though when I've got the headphones plugged in, but I don't have any sound on the left channel. I guess we could always scope it. Well, before I go there, let's just try flipping some switches and then we'll see whether anything happens. As I say, I have meter output on the power meter for the one channel, so I know the right channel is putting out some type of an output. Oh, I can hear something, barely. I'll crank it all the way up, I can hear something, but this thing should be blasting. 3-watt range, you know, getting 1 to 3 watts here. So, I mean, I should have sound, and this is the right channel. If I go to this one, of course it goes to nothing. But I see nothing over here. Oh, I see a little bit. I see a little bit. And I can hear a little bit of sound crank it all the way up. But it should be a lot louder than that. And this channel should be working. Let's just fiddle around with these switches over here. Oh. I think we got a bad switch. Okay, well that gets the left channel back. That's good. Tape monitor switch. But I still have nothing on the right channel. You can see the right channel meter is deflecting. I have no sound. So we have a problem, a bigger problem than just the input switch or the tape monitor switch, because I've got power showing here and I got nothing. But when I fiddled around with the switch, I got power here too. So we'll deal with that problem first. We'll clean the switches, and then we got to figure out what the hell's wrong with the right channel. Well, the bottom's off the unit. This is full of these wonderful Elna caps on this unit. Looks like one or two of them may have been replaced with more modern versions. But the switch I'm interested in is this one that's right up in the back here. There's some switches here. It looks like I can probably get into these switches to clean them as well, because they don't appear to be really well. I might even be able to get into them through the front, but we'll do them from the back side of it here. Get this and get the spray cleaner right in and give these switches a clean. Power's off right now, so we'll turn it on. And now we got sound. Still got nothing out of the right channel. I'm wondering if possibly there's a speaker switch back here. I wonder if the speaker switch itself is screwed up. We'll just give this a shot of cleaner while we're in here anyway. Give this switch a shot of cleaner. Just see whether it's the speaker switch. I got it turned to the right channel now, so I should hear sound if it were to come on, but as you can hear, it's not coming on. There's the A position. There's the other channel working. As you can see, I have deflection on both meters now. No sound on the right channel. Hold on a second. Hold on just a split second there. Is one of those connected to the B speaker by chance, not the A speaker? Well, wouldn't you know that? They have done them backwards. It's the bottom terminal is for the right speaker, and see, that's what happens when you hook things up and you don't have it facing you. You're just kind of reaching around the back. And you just assume that, you know, the A speakers are in one row and the B speakers are in the other. Well, that would certainly explain why this thing wasn't working. So, let's just turn it around again. And should have both channels now. If you remember at the beginning, I did flip the speaker switch and there was no sound, so that switch was probably also dirty. Aha! Switches need to be cleaned too, though. Of course they do, because, you know, all these switches need to be cleaned, so we'll just give the other switches a shot of cleaner while we're in here and get them working properly. So that's a 10 dB drop for the bass and treble. Oh, I help. 10 dB drop, 0, and 10 dB boost. Sounding pretty good. I gotta do the I'll do that loudness control. I guess I gotta get at that one from, where can I get at that one? Can I get it from here? Where is one? Is it? Which one is it? Okay, it's this one right here. I can get it to it from here. Get to the back of it from here and give that one a shot of cleaner. Okay. This is a dual mono design. It has 2 separate power transformers. Controls are not dirty, they sound clean. Input switch sounds fine. I noticed that there are lights on the meter. I thought the lights might be out, but it's actually not. It's just so bright in here. If I kill the lights, you'll see that the meters are indeed lighting up. It's just that with all the lights in here, and there are lots of lights in here, it is pretty bright. But as you can see, the meters are lighting, and they are lighting as they are intended to light. Nice and even. And not overpowering. So we don't need to worry about the panel lights. That's the thing about my workshop, is it's essentially a television studio. I have so much light in here because everything looks better on camera if it's got good light. And I can see it better too. So it makes things like display lights look washed out, or you don't even notice them sometimes because it's so bright in here. But lights on here look perfectly normal, so I think I can throw this one together and get a hold of the fellow that owns it. See what he wants to do. Does he want to change the caps out? You know, depends on how much money he wants to spend on this unit. If he wants to do a recap, then we'll do that. But it was brought to me because one channel wasn't working. So we've got that channel working. Got the controls cleaned. The unit is now functional. And I'll leave it in the owner's court as to whether he wants to go to town and put a bunch more money into it to change out some caps, which at this point, I don't think it needs it. It sounds good. The sound is really good on here. I don't know how it comes across on camera, but even with these small speakers that I've got on here, it sounds great. I'm going to throw the bottom on it now, as I think this one here for all intensive purposes, this one is ready to go as it sits. For those of you that wanted to see me scope this thing, I was ready to break out the scope before I touched that switch. For those that wanted to see me scope, there are test points on this board here because it's amplifier modules. The output, I actually did scope it too. So that's the output for this channel, and on the other channel it's it was J number 7, I think. Yeah, that one there. Right. So I show you the scope. So I had output on one. One of them had output, the other one didn't. One of them had nothing unless I cranked it pretty much all the way to the top. The right channel had output, but I had no sound. But of course, duh, that was because my speaker was connected to the B side, not the A side. The input is over on this other side. That one's the inside. Input is number 1 on this channel, and the output was number 7, which is over here. That's the output for the left channel. On the right channel, it's number 2, the input, the terminal 2 down here. That's the input, and the output was terminal, was this one over here? I think it was this one. Yeah, that one. So it's kind of different. There, you see? That's the output for the right channel that goes to the speakers, but the left channel, well, it was a different pin. If you remember, on the other channel, it was the third one down from the end, right? On this one, it's the second one down from the end, but on the other channel, it's the third one. It was pin number 7. The other ones are numbered 5, 7, 11, and 9. And this side here, it's labeled 6, 8, 12, and 10. And it was number 7 on the other, test take number 7 on the left channel, number 8 on the right channel, number 1 on the left channel for the input, and number 2 on the right channel, which is down here. As you can see, they're numbered. So 2 is the input, and on the other side it was 1, and over here it was 7 was the output. These other ones are power inputs. Just so you know, if you've ever got one of these to work on and you're going to put a scope on it to look at it, they're not the same. You would think, okay, these amplifiers are the same, but they're not. They're mirror image, but not only are they a mirror image, but 2 of the pins are reversed. So there. Anyway, this one's done for now. If the fellow that owns it decides he wants to spend some more money and change out some caps, we will tackle that if that day comes. But at this point, I don't think that's going to happen because he was more concerned about just making it work. So we're going to throw it together, and I'll say thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.